UK, all that and more right here on Clickbait. Stay tuned.
Following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
You out here talking about a click. The only click you need to know about
Clickbait.
Sure, see, because what you're dealing with here is the brotherhood. That's non-stop from this point on.
Clickbait.
For you, nigga.
What's going on, people? Solid Steel Wrestling presents Clickbait. What is it do? As always, I'll be your boy Smith with my tag team partner, my Enzo to my Kaz, Matitude 22. What's going on, bro?
Y'all can't see that. I'm doing just like a rock and roll.
What's that?
I do. Just like sometimes I do this with my hand, like I do like the rock and roll thing, and sometimes I do this on the show, and I feel like the camera can't actually see what I'm doing, so people probably think I'm just giving them all like the finger.
Well,
like they don't know.
We got a great show tonight, man. We got a lot of things to talk about. AEW All Out. We'll kind of touch on the card a little bit. Also, NXT UK Takeover is going down as well at the same night. Even though I wouldn't even say same night because this is like at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And the All Out is in the evening. So, but it is still the same day, and I'm pretty sure, at least here in the States, most people will probably be watching it later than 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. Like I know for me, I'm definitely not watching an afternoon show.
Yeah, I'll be at work, so
yeah.
But we will be doing a doubleheader this week, so we're going to be here tonight, as you already see, and we will be here live tomorrow night. Now, so will we be watching? That's the roll of the dice. We might watch NXT UK Takeover. We might be watching All Out. How you gonna know? You better.
See, you gotta tune in. That's what I'm saying. I say this. I say this
same time.
Yeah, like I say this every week. Like this is why you gotta tune in. You really gotta subscribe because you never know what we're gonna do. You never know what we're gonna throw at you. Yeah, we're gonna give you a stream. We're gonna give you a watch along. We don't even know what we're gonna watch. So how do you know what we're gonna watch? That's what it is. You don't.
We might watch Takeover. We might watch All Out. We might watch both. But again, gotta be here to find out. Tomorrow night, we're going live. Pay-per-view. We're doing it live. Well, the UK one won't be live because
like it won't be live.
Just reiterated, it comes on in the afternoon, but we'll watch it regardless.
Yeah, so if we do the NXT again, it's just one of those things where we're just gonna kind of watch and we'll give you our perspective. We'll give you almost like a commentary of what we're seeing, and there you go. And if you all want to chime in and let us know, like if you have a preference, like what would you rather see us watch? Like let us know too, because maybe that'll impact our decision.
Yeah. Also, the All Out part. That's why I said it's kind of iffy because let's just say outside sources may be providing that content that myself and Matt don't have the money for.
Yeah,
and that's why I said it's a roll of the dice.
Because we gotta buy toys, man. The Marvel Legends and Transformers, they're not gonna buy themselves.
I just passed up on fucking Cowboy Wolverine. They got like 6 of them bitches at my GameStop right now.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick it up, and I'm trying to save for something. If it's still there in another couple of days, I might pick it up because, like I said, there's like 6 of them right now. Just sitting there.
I feel like that's one of those figures that's like it's not going to be like crazy hard to get.
I don't think it is either because I don't. At this time, that shit would have been gone.
Yeah, like all these repaints that they're doing, like I really don't see these being big ticket items where people are like, oh, I gotta go out and get that Cowboy Wolverine or I need that stealth suit Iron Man. Like I really don't think those are going to be hard to come by.
No, they're like I said, GameStop. And trust me, this GameStop that I go to, when the new shit comes, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like I gotta literally ask my dude to hold shit for me. What's this? Hello, gentlemen. Sorry, I can't stay because I gotta work. Yo, man, you gotta make your bread, bro. Appreciate you just stopping by to say hi. Again, Gojira, tomorrow night, NXT UK Takeover or AEW All Out. So we're going live regardless, but we're gonna be watching one of those two, maybe even both, tomorrow night. So if you're free, you know where to find us, bro.
Yeah. We'll be here.
But yeah, like I was saying, my GameStop, like, yeah, they get new shit in. Cats come in early in the morning just to snatch. So them six sitting there is telling me like they probably might be hell, there's still X-Force Wolverine over there sitting.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I was gonna get that one too, and I'm like, let me hold back for a second. And it's now been at least about 4 weeks. Shit's is still there. And a kaboom, not boom boom, fucking kaboom sitting there too. Nobody's touching it. Nobody.
Damn.
It's all right. But that's not what this show's about. That's another show.
That's later.
We here
that's
talking
later.
About wrestling. See, I don't even want to talk about Raw SmackDown because it's just set up for Clash of Champions at this point.
Yeah, not really.
It's like, here's the thing about the King. This is why I would rather have it in one night and then throughout the course of Raw and SmackDown. Because it's like, once you see one person win and you see the bracket, it's almost like a foregone conclusion that you know who's going to win. Because like Chad Gable beat Shelton Benjamin. Winner would go up against Andrade. I'm not seeing an Andrade versus Shelton, but I can see a Chad Gable versus Andrade because, Chad's more of the baby face. And Shelton's a heel right now, so they ain't going to give you a heel on heel. So it like these matches that they came up with, it's like you can see it. Like the Buddy Murphy and Ali match. It's like you see who the next competitor is. It ain't going to be Buddy Murphy. Plus, right now, Buddy Murphy's kind of in a position where he's kind of put himself in a spot a little bit. I don't see how long it's going to hold, but he's kind of in a spot, but we don't know now. So
you could almost kind of, and even at this point too, you could almost kind of see where the finals are going. Like I could see in the finals, I could see it being Chad Gable and Baron Corbin, or I could see it being Ricochet and Andrade. I think that's the two ways it's going to go down, because I don't think it's going to be Elias in the finals, and I don't think it's going to be Ali in the finals.
No.
And on Raw, I don't think it's going to be Joe, and I don't even remember who else is qualified on Raw.
It was Cedric, Baron,
yeah,
Ricochet, and Joe. And
so I don't think it's going to be
Ali,
Gable,
and Andrade.
Because I think ultimately, it's going to go to either Corbin or Andrade. I think it's going to go to one of them.
You think?
Yeah.
I would rather see Andrade more than a Corbin. Like, come on, man. Like, get enough of him. I mean, I see he's got a new look. Like he's popped the shirt off, so now he's just, white.
He's getting there. He's getting there. Like he's kind of getting back to, okay, get out of this like vest and like dress shirt, because that's not ring gear. Get some actual gear. At least he's just kind of rocking the wife beater. Now it doesn't look as bad. Like he's slowly getting back to where he was. But that also ultimately, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're either gonna get an Andrade or Ricochet, or we're gonna get Corbin and Gable. There's not really much to talk about at this point. Like the finals is gonna be at Clash of Champions. So when we do our show where we kind of touch on Clash of Champions, we can kind of quickly talk about the King of the Ring. There's really not much to talk about now.
Yeah, because it's just like I said, I'd rather they do a whole night.
Me too.
Do a freaking do it like this, because it just like it writes itself once you see it. It's like, oh man, okay, it's gonna be Gable versus this. Like, come on, you already know that's gonna happen. You already know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
I don't, like I said, I it would be a fucking shot in the dark if Gable went any further than this. You know what I'm saying? Like if they really want to play like some kind of Cinderella, it's like, no, that ain't happening. You know, that ain't happening. Andrade's too hot. Yeah, I can see him winning King of the Ring. Ricochet, no, man. I'm surprised just about like I think like McIntyre losing to me is a waste.
Yeah, because he was my pick to go all the way.
Like it's a waste. Like, what are you doing with this guy? Like, give him something. You know, because this whole like he's limbo now because he ain't really doing the Shane thing right now anymore. So he just limbo. Like the King of the Ring should have been that fucking platform.
Yeah.
For him. And then like we talked about last week, when the King of the Ring, you go on to the next pay-per-view, which would have been SummerSlam for the title if they did it that way.
In a perfect world, that's how it would have went down.
That's how it went down. But since they don't do that no more, you don't get it. So unfortunately. What else went down on Raw and SmackDown? It's just a lot of.
We got a 24/7 champion.
Yeah, we did. We had some new champions. Drake Maverick once again is 24/7 champion. And you know what's gonna happen. It's back to fucking Tom and Jerry starring Drake Maverick and R-Truth. That's what that is. So
I really hope that because Clash of Champions is about having all the titles defended.
Yeah.
I think this would be kind of the one pay-per-view where have the 24/7 title defended in a traditional match. Like take Drake Maverick, take R-Truth, take Elias, put him in a triple threat. There you go. Just a fun 10-minute match, and then you could do all kinds of title changes and stuff. You could do all kinds of 24/7 shenanigans. But this is the night where every title's supposed to be defended. So I think the 24/7 title should have kind of a marquee scheduled match.
Yeah, it definitely should. Here's another question. With the 24/7 night, I think if anything, it's going to end up being kind of like a 24/7 scramble. Even though the 3, triple threat match would be good, but
I would be okay with a scramble too.
Drake Maverick is still kayfabe general manager at 205, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they need to do something about that. Like either you're a general manager or you're a wrestler.
Pick one.
Yeah, pick one. Because to me, that seems like a conflict of interest. If you're supposed to be the GM, how are you out here? How are you handling your show if you're too busy trying to chase a title? So they need to. I think they got so lost in the shuffle that I think WWE themselves forgot about that shit.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where 205 Live is just kind of sliding under the radar. I mean, again, I don't even know why that's still a thing.
Because even when they got rid of the general managers, Drake Maverick still is general manager. That happened during that time.
Yeah.
It's almost like they forgot there's you have a GM for 205. His name is Drake Maverick. It's once in a while.
It just seems like they don't really care. Like they don't. There's nothing invested in 205. The only thing you really get, the only thing 205 is really about is the Cruiserweight title. Nothing else really means anything because no storylines, no other storylines ever get pay-per-view blow off. You don't have any other titles. It's all just about establishing who's going to challenge for the Cruiserweight title at the pay-per-view. And then once you've established that, everybody who's not challenging for the title is just chilling. Like, hey, here's a couple of matches. Like now, it's gonna be Humberto Carrillo against Drew Gulak at Clash of Champions. So in the meantime, everybody else is just chilling because nothing else they're gonna do is gonna have any impact. And I mean, you already said it best. Like Drake Maverick is supposed to be the general manager, and he's probably the most relevant thing.
Yeah.
That's technically, because technically 205 is still considered its own brand. He's probably the most relevant thing because he's prominently featured on multiple TV shows every week.
Yeah, he's on TV shows. He's on the YouTube shit. Like,
Yeah,
him and R-Truth out there just fucking doing their, like, literally having their own show.
yeah.
And then
Like,
you sprinkle in some other people every now and then, like Elias or somebody.
yeah.
But it's just, like I said, it's Tom and Jerry.
Like our Truth and Drake Maverick are the 24/7 division, and like you said, like, all right, like Jinder Mahal was chasing the title for a while. He had his little moment, and then he's gone.
Where is Jinder? Speaking of,
I don't know.
Is he
Like,
injured? Or is he just?
I'm not sure.
Something.
I have no idea. Like, EC3 was another one. Like, he won the 24/7 title, and then he's just gone.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, other than that, it's a lot of build up to Clash. They're pushing the whole, Braun, Rollins, tag team champions, but can they get along? Which will eventually end up with them losing the titles, but the two competitors they'll be going up against, it's fucking, they just put them together.
Mm.
And they had a slew of already established tag teams, and they picked the fucking random. Makes no sense. There's no. And here's the thing I thought about when it first happened. First off, why? And second, didn't Bobby Lashley have a kind of a faction with the main event muscles? Why is he not with Cesaro? Why is he not with EC3? Why is he not with this crew that he has somewhere else?
It's like they killed that faction before it could even get started. What? If they were gonna do anything, why wouldn't they put Bobby Roode and Eric Young together?
Yeah.
that seems like the real idea, because not only have they teamed together before,
it's Team Canada.
Yeah, but they're friends in real life, and that could have been a good angle where Bobby Roode and Eric Young decide, hey, like, listen, like, we're not accomplishing anything here. Why don't we get together? Because again, now you're just taking Dolph, a guy who, yeah, you should be in the title picture. You should be in the main event picture. And what, like the same thing you did when you brought him back and you put him with Drew McIntyre. Now you're gonna put him with Bobby Roode, and you're gonna let that team go for a while. They'll probably give him the titles until you kind of get tired of that, and it'll be like, okay, what's next? Like, once again, WWE putting a social experiment over your tag team division. Like, where's the Authors of Pain? Like, they're not injured. They're there. Where's AOP? Why didn't Gallows and Anderson? Why don't they have another title shot? Why did you put the titles on them just to take them off and then have them just get snubbed out of the title picture?
Yeah, and then try to put together a feud with them and the Raiders. Like, come on.
Yeah, like, fuck that. Nobody wants to see that.
It's like I said, it blows my mind. Like, in fact, I'm about to give WWE another freebie, because while you brought it up, I thought of it. Robert Roode needs a reset. Eric Young needs something to do. So he can still be Glorious Robert Roode, but he's going to go back to those Canadian roots. So him and Eric get together and reform literally Team Canada.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. And if you want to go, like, and I mean, come on, Vince is perfect for you. You love hill foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
So Team Canada, and then you can pepper in someone else, find another Canadian that ain't doing shit over there, pepper them in,
mm-hmm.
and have a real, like, get a little stable Team Canada.
Yeah,
why not?
Like I'm already I'm already envisioning like you could get Natalia in there and have her be their valet.
Like there's enough on your. I'm pretty sure there's some more Canadians in your roster.
Fuck it. Even let's just okay. Let's say kayfabe is dead. Put fucking Jinder Mahal in there because he's a fucking Canadian. He's a fucking Canadian. Put Jinder Mahal in there. Like you know, like this isn't the 70s or 80s. Like you don't have to be a white guy to be from Canada. Like you could be of Indian descent and still be Canadian. So fucking put Jinder Mahal in there. You got Bobby Roode, you got Eric Young. Bring in Jinder as kind of like the heavy, and then bring in like Natty as a manager, and there you go, or as the valet.
Yeah, I don't see Natty doing it because Natty, the whole with her being a heart, it just would feel out of place.
Or another option, get Tyson Kidd in there as her manager.
Yeah, let him let him be a mouthpiece or just like a dude to run interference. Have him wear a suit and just kind of be that guy. Be the Scott Des Moines. That's it.
Yeah.
Better yet, put him in a Canadian tracksuit. Like I said, literally, like I'm pretty sure because TNA and Impact, you can't call it Team Canada, but I'm pretty sure you could do something.
Yeah, you could come up with something.
Yeah, there's enough of Canada that you can work something out.
Just call them like the Canadian Connection or something like that. Like there you go. That took me 5 seconds to think of.
Call them, shit like fucking Canada's finest, something.
Yeah.
Whatever. But just establish like why. Like you have to establish why they're together because they share a bond. They can even kind of tease, former TNA glory as Team Canada, and establish that there's already history.
Yeah.
And then bring them in. This Dolph Roode thing makes no sense. Like they have nothing about the two of these men that they should be even talking to each other outside of them being heels. And then to have them win the whole thing. And not even win the whole thing properly. They basically got a 2-match bye because of fucking the double DQ for the Raiders and the Good Brothers. So you skip 2 matches and then got the runoff. You got like Heavy Machinery is probably the only team that could look like they could have pulled it off. The other two, Lucha House Party, no. Zack Ryder and Hawkins, no. It's like you knew they was gonna win it. Like Heavy Machinery was the only other team that we think maybe they gonna beat them. But it's like the other no. Like, come on, man. Like that shit's a joke. It's a joke. Why are you putting them in this? And then and I have the damnest feeling they're gonna win. Like I really have a feeling that they're gonna end up walking away with those titles.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I think they will too.
Dynamic going on.
Yeah, no doubt about it. There's no way they're gonna keep Braun and Seth as a tag team because regardless, all right, like one of them has to win the Universal title. One of them has to leave Universal Champion. And then it's like, okay, you move on to the next thing. So let's assume Seth retains. Well then by all means, Braun should be snubbed out of the title picture. So okay, so for Braun, move on to something else. What do you do next?
Yeah.
Like if you're the world champion, there's only so long you're gonna play double duty. Especially when you have 2 guys that aren't even committed to being a tag team. Like you could tell just from the vibe that Braun, he's not really interested in being a tag team champion.
No.
Like he's just along for the ride right now. But I think for both guys, I don't think there's anything really sort of invested in them. It's all about the Universal title.
Yeah, and like I said, the tag team they put together it makes no sense, especially when you just literally started a feud with the OC.
Yeah, and then like I said, they Now they're just gone. They're just out of the title picture.
And don't give me that. It's because no rematches, please. Everybody gets a motherfucking rematch.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if they really wanted them to be in the title picture, they would find a way for they would write a way for them to get a rematch. It's just they're being
They
bumped
did,
out.
and they gave it to Rude and fucking Ziggler.
Yeah.
Like, how hard was it to make them the last goddamn team? As soon as they came out, I already knew something was going on. I'm like, okay, these dudes should not be coming out like the second fucking third fucking team. These dudes should be coming out last.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to win it so they can get their goddamn belt back. But it's like, nah, man. It like I said, WWE's out here just dropping fucking balls right now. Just dropping them. It really is like sad to watch. Also, speaking of Universal, there's a lot of talk about the Fiend to be next in line for Universal Champion. Now, I heard that from just some sources that it might go through, it might not because it got leaked now, but who knows? I mean, if it does, I'm not mad at it as long as they do it right, and I'm cool with that.
The only thing is, what's the end game? Like, is Bray Wyatt gonna get the title?
It's supposedly he's supposed to get
Because here's the thing, like it's too early to have Bray Wyatt get beaten. He's only had one match since his return. You can't have him get beaten already. But then I'm hearing like, is this gonna be like a Brock Lesnar deal? Because I'm hearing like, oh, you're only gonna see Bray Wyatt sporadically. He's only gonna show up sporadically. Now I can imagine they could do a lot of different like funhouse segments with the Universal title.
Yeah.
So you could kind of, you know what I mean? Like even if you don't have the Fiend kind of around every week, you could kind of keep the title relevant by just doing funhouse segments and having the title be involved in that.
Well, see what I think like well, this is what I would do. Have the Funhouse, like, because it's been a couple of weeks now. We haven't had any Firefly Funhouse. We have had the Fiend come out, and the last time we saw him, he attacked Jerry. Tape the segments of the Funhouse, but still have the Fiend attack people. So it's kind of like a little bit of a mind fuck. You think you're watching the Funhouse, but you're not expecting the Fiend to show up and attack somebody. So like if you give him the belt, that just makes it better. So you'll see him like, in the Funhouse with the belt, but then the Fiend will come out and attack somebody and he'll have the belt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Again,
yeah.
I'm giving it to you for free, WWE.
Yeah.
That way you keep them relevant, you keep them fresh, you keep them in the ring. So it ain't we only see him at the pay-per-view. No, he'll be around. He might not be in any matches, but he's supposed to be in matches. He's supposed to be coming in like some kind of horror villain and just showing up when he fucking wants to. And attacks whoever it is, and that person, whoever that person he chooses, then that's who's going to compete for the title. And, he's going to sit there and play those mind games on the Funhouse, and the Fiend will get him until you get to your pay-per-view, and then have him just beat him, have Bray Wyatt beat him there, and just keep it going for a while. Give him a nice, lengthy run to give that Fiend some legitimacy so that even when he does lose the title, he'll still be seen as a threat. Because when Bray won the title, when Bray won WWE Championship, and he lost it like next pay-per-view at WrestleMania, he didn't look like a threat to get that title back.
Mm.
Like he literally went from that to like kind of fading away, and then ended up with fucking Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a threat no more because that title reign was literally transitional.
Yeah, like they really, in my mind, they really okay. I don't want to say like they disrespected him, but like they definitely did him wrong with that title reign because like you said, like there was so much hype around him getting the title. Like, people were hyped when AJ's coming for that phenomenal forearm and Bray catches it and drops him with the Sister Abigail. And I think nobody was expecting him to drop the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
And
you see,
Randy got it back, which is fine. I like Randy Orton, but it's like you said, like after that, he never came close to being anything serious. He never came close to being a serious threat again. I mean, I think he eventually he had I think it was at Extreme Rules. He had like a fatal 5-way where it was like a number one contender, but
yeah,
again, he didn't win it.
Nothing, no. It did nothing.
And then
literally, you win the belt in Chamber, you hold it just to go to WrestleMania to lose it.
Yeah.
And after that point, you don't get nothing because guess what? Guess who's the next champion after Randy won?
Who's your friend?
Jinder Mahal.
Who's your friend?
Like,
Yeah.
Randy himself was a transitional champion. His next competitor after that was literally like Jinder Mahal, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Bray. So like I said, if they give him the title, he's got to hold that belt at least a year.
Yeah.
He's got to hold that thing until like WrestleMania or something.
Yeah. Okay, back up. Yeah.
Because if he wins it and then like loses it within like the next 2 pay-per-views, who cares?
Exactly.
Like, who cares? You can hold the belt for like over fucking 90 days.
So that's the thing. So like, I agree. Like, if they're gonna do this and they're gonna put the title on him, I think they really have to be prepared to want to run with him. Because like we just got Bray Wyatt back to a point where people are talking about Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt is almost relevant again. You can't just start killing that off right away.
Nah, he has to. He literally he has to be like, okay. Remember how? And then we all talked about this when Bray first came on the scene. He was literally looked at like, okay, if you did this right, he would be your next Undertaker.
Yeah.
But that got killed. Like the mystique, all that, gone. If you do this right, he can not only be your next Undertaker, but your next Kane at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
Because you have the character of just Bray Wyatt, and then you have the Fiend. You literally have more people. Like no one's saying that regular Bray Wyatt can't wrestle as Bray Wyatt. He can still wrestle as Bray Wyatt if they wanted him to, but then there'll be those times where you fucking have to deal with the Fiend.
Yeah, kind of like
Finn Balor. You get the Finn Balor and you get the Demon.
Yeah.
But that's a little bit different because that's just more of it's a war paint thing. This is like supposedly another alter ego type thing. So it's like
so it's almost like it's almost like a split personality, like kind of like on ECW when the Hurricane was there.
Yeah.
And you had Gregory Helms backstage, and there was like a storyline with him and Paul Burchill. And Paul Burchill, like
that they were one and the same.
Yeah, and Gregory Helms is like, listen, he's like, I'm not the Hurricane. He's like, I'm injured. He's like, I can't wrestle anymore. That's why I'm doing interviews. Like, once upon a time, I was the longest reigning champion in SmackDown, but now he's like, I'm just an announcer. And then you'd have the Hurricane. So this is almost like that same kind of deal where, in a sense, the Fiend and Bray Wyatt, they're almost two separate characters.
In fact,
or like the four faces of Foley. Whereas
better. Here's how you can really kick it up a notch. Have the Fiend, but Bray Wyatt as Bray Wyatt should be babyface. Like the whole Funhouse gimmick, he should be a babyface, and then the Fiend is your heel. So now, say Bray Wyatt himself competes, he wrestles like a babyface. He tries to be a good guy, and like I said, give him the title, and like I said, get some wins. But like everybody else is like, fuck Bray Wyatt. I want the Fiend, because he's the one, like, or Bray Wyatt can play it off like, you know what? I don't have the belt. The Fiend have the belt. You know what I'm saying? I just want to wrestle, but you really gotta push me to my limits if you're trying to get to the Fiend. You know what I'm saying? But he plays everything off like he's a baby face, the yowie wowie, all that other shit. Like, have him be kind of, like I said, the Funhouse is kind of him trying to go baby face, but then has a dark side. So
yeah,
you play off of that. So like, yeah, when you get Bray Wyatt, you get the baby face. But
yeah, you get
the Fiend, he's a heel.
Yeah, because again, like I said, like they're playing it off like like I guess it's all perception, like how you perceive it. But me, like, I take it like we're dealing with two separate entities. Yes, in reality, yes, we know they're the same person, but you're dealing with two different entities. Whereas Bray Wyatt doesn't acknowledge like, yeah, like I'm the Fiend or whatever. Like, no, he says like the Fiend is like he's like a dark part of me. Like, to me it's almost like a split personality. Like, you have Bray Wyatt where he's fun loving and he's happy and he's just whatever, he's just doing his thing, and then you have the Fiend where he just wants to hurt people.
Yeah.
It's like having like I said, it's like having like a split personality. Whereas I think the Demon.
By the way, WWE already is selling Fiend mask for $50.
Yeah, not surprising.
They got the gloves. They got fucking puppets. They got shirts that say Yowie Wowie. Fucking WWE, bro.
If they made like a stuffed animal of like Abby the Witch, I would buy it and I would probably sleep with it.
Well, right now the only puppets they have is they got the Buzzard, they got Boss, and Rabbling Rabbit. That's it.
No, I need Abby the Witch. I find her delightful.
And you get a Fiend mask, but it doesn't come with hair, so it's like you're gonna need some hair to kind of really pull it off.
That kind of defeats the purpose then.
Yeah, it's literally just a mask, so you would have to provide your own hair for that. So sorry if you're bald, because now you're just gonna look really stupid. Hate to say, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that at the shop now, so people want to get their Fiend on. But other than that, like I said, Raw and SmackDown was just going through the motions. I heard SmackDown got rewritten on the spot again for whatever reason.
Yeah, I had also heard that.
Like, McMahon wasn't even in the building. But we're going to move on to some other wrestling talk outside of WWE because, like I said, tomorrow night is AEW's. I guess you could call this is kind of their WrestleMania show almost because it's a year later. God damn, it's already been a year. That's crazy. Has it? Was it? It wasn't a year, was it?
A year since.
When did All In go down?
Oh, I don't remember. I mean, I think it.
It feels like it's been a year. I don't know. Probably, I'm probably wrong. But anyway, it's AEW's All Out.
We got a big show. We got a big show.
So we're gonna look at the card right now and kind of give our predictions on what we think is gonna go down. So let me just.
I will say that, and I know we'll talk about it when we get to it, but there was a match that I was kind of like, but that match is no longer taking place, and I think the one that is happening is much better.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I know what you're talking about because I kind of felt the same way because it's like I'm kind of now over it a little bit. But first, we have the buy-in, which is basically everybody can watch for free. on I think it's BR Live or Fight TV, or it'll probably be on YouTube on their YouTube channel, All Elite Wrestling. There will be a female battle royal for a winner will receive a shot at the AEW Women's World Championship, which is interesting. I know there's a few competitors in it, but there's Piper's daughter. I know Eva Lees, Jazz is in it. Nyla Rose, Britt Baker, and a couple other women. Let me see.
I think Brandy Rhodes is in it. I'm really pulling for Jazz, man. I fucking love Jazz so much.
Oh, Jazz is badass, yeah.
I fucking love Jazz. I'm really pulling for her.
Okay, but that, yeah. Oh, also Sunny Kiss is in it. So yeah, there's gonna be a few ladies and gentlemen. Next, we have Private Party going up against Angelico and Jack Evans.
I like both teams,
but also a good match to say the least.
See, if WWE ever signs Jack Evans, they should put him in Team Canada. Yeah. He could be like their high flyer.
Oh, most definitely. But
man, I gotta say, Canadians are getting a lot of love on this show.
Well, I mean, come on, Canadians in wrestling is it. Like, let's be real. I mean, when it comes to sports in Canada, you guys got what? Hockey and wrestling. That's it.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't fucking Canada produce a shit ton of wrestlers? I mean, come on. Yeah. It's ridiculous. The names of Canadian wrestlers that are out there past and present.
But I think this buy-in match, I think it'll be a fun, fast-paced tag team match.
Yeah.
Not too much else to say about it. I think it'll be like, I think it'll be that. I think it'll just be a fun, high-flying tag team match.
Yeah, like I said, there's going to definitely be some high spots. Like I said, you're dealing with both two young, really gifted, athletic teams who can pull off a lot of like crazy maneuvers. So yeah, it should definitely be an interesting match. I'm pretty sure with this in the Battle Royal, I'm pretty sure they're going to give these dudes at least a good 10, 15 minutes to let them shine. So yeah, this should be a good match. Then moving on to the main card itself, we have in a women's singles match, we got Ryu taking on Hiroka Sada. I'm butchering it, but now I haven't seen that one, but I've seen Roku now a few times, and yeah, she's pretty good.
I think that's going to be a really, really good match.
Yeah, like I said, AEW.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it'll steal the show, but I think it's gonna be. I think it'll be hard hitting. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's one thing AEW has definitely been pushing is the Japanese wrestling, really getting it out there to Western audiences who are unfamiliar. And it's good because it's variety. It opens up your eyes to go check out other wrestling. Like I said, the world's a lot bigger than WWE. As much as a lot of people out there who are hardcore marks for the WWE, they're okay, but there is more wrestling.
Yep.
Broaden your horizons. You can no one's saying you gotta disown WWE. Just hey, watch some of this. This is good too. So, yeah. And is this a 6-man or is this a tag team?
6-man.
In the 6-man, we have SCU taking on Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunts.
I kind of don't care about this match, actually.
Yeah, I think it's I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a good match. I think one of those matches just to get them on the card.
Yeah, I like Jungle Boy. Did you know that's Matthew Perry's son?
You mean Luke Perry?
Yeah, Luke Perry. That's it. My bad.
You knew about that.
Yeah, so I like Jungle Boy. I never really dug the whole like Marco stunt. Like he never really did it for me.
Well, see, I've never seen Marco stunt, but I've seen Luchasaurus with or without the mask.
Yeah, and he's pretty good. He's a good, decent big man. I think SCU is really good as a unit, but
come on, it's Daniels, Kazarian, and fucking
yeah,
Scorpio.
yeah.
Oh, which by the way, I was watching some shit the other day. It was like a retrospective, like Daniel Bryan shit, and they were showing the footage when him and Kane were doing the whole therapy shit, and fucking Scorpio Sky was in the session. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think this will probably go to, I want to say the Jungle Boy in them, because I think, like, okay, SCU, I don't even want to call them enhancements. They can put on good matches. I don't know, but see, then again, SCU pulls off wins though.
Yeah.
So it can go either way. I think it'll be a good match, but it can go either way. So I'm not even gonna make a pick. Next match, we've got ourselves a 3-way, which I don't know if is this a straight up 3-way, because looking at the competitors, this looks like some kind of hardcore shit right here.
I think they're just labeling it as a 3-way, but obviously triple threats have no DQ, so I think that kind of writes itself.
Yeah. And it's going to be up against the bad boy, Joey Janela, taking on Jimmy Havoc, taking on Darby Allin. Again, this is one of those kind of matches. It can go either way. But I think because they're kind of trying to push Darby Allin a little bit, I think he needs to take this win, because so far he hasn't gotten a W.
Yeah. I really hope it's Jimmy Havoc. I love Jimmy Havoc. I've been watching Jimmy Havoc matches since before anybody even knew who Darby Allin or Joey Janela was. Like I think Jimmy Havoc is, well, I know he's a veteran in this match, and he's
some of the stuff he did. The like I said, there was a wrestling promotion in the UK. I think it was called NGW.
Yeah.
And I seen Jimmy Havoc on some of those and a couple of other ones.
So I would really like to see Jimmy Havoc kind of get the win.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put my money on Darby. I think they're trying to push this kid, like really make him something.
Yeah.
Next, we have in the AEW Tag Team Tournament, we have Best Friends taking on the Dark Order. Now, I'm going with the Dark Order on this because
me too.
They sold me. I know they're your boys.
Yeah, they are.
Bias aside, they sold me on that last match. They sold me, and I'm like, yes. I like this team. I like the gimmick. I like the whole shabazz. I'm all for it. I'm not crazy about Best Friends. I think Chucky he needs to work on that gut. He's getting a little paunchy. He's making Trent look bad.
When I see Best Friends, it kind of just makes me wish that I was watching Roppongi Vice.
That's what I was thinking, bro. You and I be. That's why we tag team.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking the same thing. Like, where's Roppongi? I'm like, I'd rather see Roppongi Vice than Best Friends.
Like Chuck Taylor or Chucky T, whatever you want to call him. He's always just been kind of like meh to me. Like he's good for like comedic matches. Like when he wrestled Kikataru at PWG and he like pooped his pants. I thought that was pretty funny. But like other than that, I don't know. I've never been really into Chuck Taylor. Like I've never been a Chuck Taylor guy. I like Trent Beretta
just because he looks his wrestling ability is good, but his body looks like he's just not in it. Like, bro, how hard is it to hit the gym? You can come on, bro. Your body
like it's nothing. Yeah, like it's nothing against his ability, but I've always just seen him as more of a Santino Marella. Like to me, he's always just been I've always found him more of like a comedy guy. And I don't know, maybe he'll show me something in this match, but I don't know. I don't think best friends. They don't do it for me like Roppongi Vice did it. So I gotta go Dark
Like
Order.
I said,
All bias aside.
and like I said, the implications in this match is it is a tournament, so winner moves on. Like I said,
So I think this is not even the start of the tournament. This is for a first round bye in the tournament. So the winner of this will automatically go to the second round.
winner gets a first round bye in the tournament. So there's
Yeah.
some big implications in this match.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like I said, I'm going with the Dark Order as well. So all right, moving on. We have a singles match. You might as well call this a grudge match. We have the dashing one, the endorsed Cody Rhodes. I will call him Cody Rhodes. I don't care what it says. Taking on former best friend Shawn Spears, accompanied by Hall of Famer Tully Blanchard.
You know Cody's gonna bleed in this match.
Oh, he's gonna bleed. He's gonna bleed so good. I think this is gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah, I think this will be like a slobber knocker.
You know what? I see Shawn Spears winning this because I think Cody's doing business. As much people, I know a lot of people have said, like, you know, when they started AEW, that it was just going to be like Cody's just going to make just, you know, start his own company just to get himself over. I don't think he's going to do that. I think Cody's going to do business. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. At some point, however AEW pans out in the future, he will be their champion at one point.
I think Cody will win here.
I don't think he will. I think he's gonna try to do more to elevate Shawn Spears to elevate himself. Make Shawn Spears look like he should belong because he knows the shit he went through in WWE. So what's the best way to do that? Make him look like a star.
Yeah.
Like I said, have a bloodbath. Make it look like it could go both ways. But at the end of it, Shawn Spears needs to have his hand raised to make him credible.
Yeah.
Because seriously, outside of this, what has Shawn Spears, formerly known as Ty Dillinger, done?
Nothing.
Exactly. And why would I care about Shawn Spears if he can't even beat Cody? Cody's already had the rub. He was ROH champ. He was NWA champ. Right now, Cody's in a position where he's got to do business to build up a brand. And the only way you can do it, no one's going to take your competitors serious if you just squashing them. So I see it's better for business to Cody to take that L.
Yeah, I still don't think he will though.
Yeah, I mean, again, it could go either way, but like I said, if I was a booker, that's how I would go with it. Just long game purposes. Because like I said, I have no doubt in my mind at some point Cody will be AEW champion. Sure.
Yeah.
As well as Kenny Omega. Them two will hold that belt at some point in this company's history. But I think at this point, since they're right now trying to get their foot in, the best thing to do is establish new stars. And like I said, you get yourself a legit. You've already kind of set Spears to be kind of a legit heel, and then you put him with Tully. So he's getting the rub from Tully, and then gets the rub for the win. That makes him look like, okay, maybe Shawn Spears is a big deal. Maybe this is what, you know, WWE was not taking, you know, advantage of. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I hear you.
Make him look like $1 million. All right, we have for the AAA World Tag Team Championships in a Escolar de los Muertes. Basically, it's a ladder match. We have the Young Bucks taking on Phoenix and Zero Muerte Pentagon Jr.
I don't care.
Yeah, this is again.
I'm over this feud, man. I'm over this feud. I really don't care at this point.
I look at this match like this is a match that it doesn't matter who wins or lose. They don't lose anything from this. So I would say this will probably go to the Luchas, especially since you got your AAA titles on the line. Because like, why do you want to? It makes more sense for the Luchas to be the AAA.
Yeah, especially the Young Bucks have won at every single AEW show so far.
Yeah, they got take the L.
Yeah, it's time for them to take the L.
Like, yeah, they're not even trying to be coy. Like, fuck that. We getting over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to sound like a mark and be like, the Young Bucks are they just want to put themselves over, but like they've won at every fucking AEW show. Like it's time for them to take that L. And especially like it wouldn't make sense for them to win because you got the AAA tag team titles on the line. So,
but like I said, it'll be a spot fest. It'll be a party.
That's what Young Bucks matches are.
And you know it'll be your typical Young Bucks Lucha Brothers show.
Yeah.
But I'm giving it to the Lucha Brothers.
Me too.
All right, I guess these will be your main events. Let's go with the non-title match first. We have Kenny Omega taking on Pac.
I'm really excited for this match. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a huge John Moxley fan. I didn't really care for him that much either when he was in WWE. So yeah, that match for me, I didn't really care about. But now Pac is finally making his AEW debut, and I think Pac and Kenny Omega, I really, really think they're going to tear the house down. I think this is going to be phenomenal.
5 stars?
5 stars.
Who do you see winning, though?
See, again, this is one of those deals where Kenny Omega's kind of won a lot.
Yeah,
like, I know he lost against Chris Jericho, but it's like, it would be, to me, like, it would make more sense, and it would make him look better if you have Pac come in with a win.
Yeah.
Like he makes his debut and then he loses. It's just kind of like, eh. So yeah, I think this is another scenario where Kenny Omega you needs to take the L.
Yeah, I would agree on that. He's definitely got a. Isn't Pac is still Dragon Gate's champion, ain't he?
No, he lost it.
Oh, okay.
So he so he was. Oh man, I can't remember who beat him, but yeah, he's no longer Open the Dream Gate champion.
Now I know probably you're wondering, wasn't it supposed to be Omega versus Moxley? Apparently Moxley, what did he get?
MRSA.
Yeah, so he's out.
So MRSA's like a form of staph infection.
Yeah.
Where if it's not treated correctly, it could lead to death.
Yeah, it could be fatal. Which, I mean, here's where I stand on Moxley, Dean Ambrose, the whole thing. Dean Ambrose was overrated.
Yeah.
Now Moxley is overrated. He's only in the position that he is in because the opportunity presents itself and it just looks good on paper.
Yeah.
But he has staph infection because he spread himself out too thin.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you want to keep yourself relevant, but my God, man, you went to everywhere. And for what? Okay, you're New Japan. You got the U.S. title. Cool. You went through the G1. And on top of that, okay, you can sit there and say you're a crazy motherfucker and all that shit. But your ass ain't used to the real strong style of Japanese wrestling. So your ass got put through the fucking ringer. And then you're doing indie shows. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's
going to get a staph infection.
like, I always thought that yeah, like I thought it's one of these things where he's fresh out of WWE, so like he wants to go everywhere, and I think that's maybe the thing, right? Is like you're fresh out of WWE, so it's like you want to start racking up names and you want to start racking up wins because now it's like every company wants to book you. He's like the flavor of the month right now. And I think he just spread himself out too thin, and now he's paying for it. He overworked himself, and now he's paying the price.
Yeah, basically, that's basically.
Love you.
It's like I'm not like I've seen your matches now that you're out of the machine, and there's nothing that special about you outside of you proclaiming to be like a hardcore wrestler. Okay, that's cool, but you're not doing anything that Cactus ain't do 20 years ago.
Well, like, okay, when Moxley cut Sami Callihan's wrists with a switchblade in CZW, like I thought that was cool.
Yeah, but that was that was way back when. I'm talking about the man.
Again, like when he had that tournament of death match with like brain damage that everybody goes back to, because like it was a match where he like body slammed him into a fucking grandfather clock, and he got his forehead hacked open with a power saw. Like, yeah, like I thought that was cool, but aside from that, like I think he's just whatever.
Yeah, like you can sit there and regale over the CZW, but bro, that's not the same dude. He's been in WWE for a few years. He was domesticated.
Yeah, it's like an alley cat when you have a cat that's really vicious and it's really scrappy because he's lived on the street for all his life, and then you adopt him, and the first thing you do is you bring him to the vet, and you get the vet to look at him, and then you get him fixed, and then he becomes all docile. Like, that's Jon Moxley. Now he's just docile. He's conditioned. He's a WWE guy now. He's not doing the hardcore stuff, or he is doing hardcore stuff, but he's not doing like the heavy deathmatch stuff anymore. He's more about being a wrestler now.
I look at it like this. I can't see you as a hardcore guy when I see your ass on Total Divas.
Yeah. And like, whatever.
I know you have no real choice of saying that, but it does kind of kill that bad boy image when you're sitting there with your girl Renee Young, hanging out with all the divas, just breaking kayfabe over here. Which, by the way, Ronda Rousey's on the new season. Why? Who cares? Like, I'm surprised people are still watching that show.
Yeah.
Like, why are you on here, Ronda? Anyway, it's not even like, I'm pretty sure it's shit they already taped when she was still in the company.
Yeah.
So it's just like, really, are we doing this?
Yeah, like I don't think it's anything new.
Oh no, it's nothing new because Ronda's already doing other shit.
But
I guarantee you, this is all the shit from when she came into the fucking WWE.
again, like for people that like Moxley, good for them. I really do not.
Yeah, I don't. He like I said, he's decent, but the hype he's getting is not like it's not warranted.
No.
You're only getting the hype because one, there if he'd have just left and went to New Japan, maybe, but it's like because of the whole AEW situation, it makes it seem like a bigger deal because it's like, oh, look who AEW got.
Yeah.
But after that, the luster's gone. They're still doing shows without you. Fine.
Yeah.
Like no problem. Like the last shows they've done, outside of you making your little brief cameos in the match you had with Janela, other than that, they've been doing fine without you.
Yeah.
Like that's how little your name is selling tickets.
Yeah.
Like you don't hear people in the crowd while other matches are going on screaming out Moxley. No. People are still more hyped to think CM Punk's gonna show up than you.
Yeah.
So, like I said, yeah, very, very overrated. He's just a man that was in a position at the right time.
Yeah.
Like at the right time. Like your contract came up at the right time. And that was it. And you decided not to re-sign. Fine, cool. But like I said, the hype you get, I don't think you deserve.
No, me neither. Me neither.
Not saying not saying he's bad. Not at all. I'm just saying the pedestal they put you on, you shouldn't be sitting on.
No.
But anyways, moving on. And we have our main event to crown the first ever AEW heavyweight champion. We have the Hangman, Adam Page, taking on call him what you want. The Ayatollah, Rocco Roller, Y2J, whatever. Chris Jericho, the man that continues to reinvent himself, Chris Jericho. Like I know a lot of people say give it to Page. No, give it to Jericho.
Yeah, me too.
Like, must we all forget? Okay, yes, Adam Page has been around because he's been he's literally piggybacked off the Elite and the Bullet Club to get to where he is.
Yeah.
People still forget he's still kind of green.
Yeah.
It's just that he seems like a veteran by proxy of who he's been running with.
Yeah.
So
I feel,
and again, not saying like the man ain't good for a dude his size and the shit he can do, it's impressive. But he is not ready.
this is one of those things to me where it's like guys in pro wrestling, guys come and go all the time. You know what I mean? Guys are on top for a couple years or they're on top for a couple months. They go. I think Hangman Page is getting a lot of hype right now, but in a year that could be gone. If you want to really establish your company and if you really want to have a championship, you really want your championship to have actual merit, then put it on Chris Jericho. Make Chris Jericho your first champion. Because Jericho is like Jericho is a legend. And I think that when you look back in 20 years when you look back in 20 years at the lineage of AEW champions, who do you want your first champion to be? You know what I mean?
Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Chris Jericho.
And Jericho, I think too. I think he'll legitimize that title. I think Jericho legitimizes that company, because if you're talking, let's say you're talking to an average wrestling fan who they're kind of into the indies, and they're a little bit, but you got to assume that 50%, maybe 60, maybe even more, maybe even 60% of wrestling fans associate wrestling with WWE.
Yeah.
Or just to them, WWE is wrestling, and anything else is just it's just rookies, or it's just these rookies. They're just in a gym, whatever. That's what they associate wrestling with, or it's WWE. So they say, oh, there's a new company, AEW. It's starting up. Oh, that's cool. Who do they have? Oh, they have Cody Rhodes. Oh, they got Cody Rhodes. That's cool. Who else? Oh, they got Pac. Oh, I've never heard of that guy. Oh, what about Kenny Omega? Oh, yeah, like can't say I've heard of him. Oh, well, they got Chris Jericho. Oh, wait, they got Chris Jericho? Yeah. Oh shit. Chris Jericho. I definitely know who that is. I might need to check out this promotion.
Yeah. So it's like
that's my point. I think that's what I think that's what Chris Jericho does. He legitimizes that company.
Yeah. You
And
have a
I'm not.
man who can sit here and go, I beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night to be undisputed champion. He should be your first champion. Just on that merit alone, he should be your first champion.
And I'm not.
Just his promo work off of that will make it that much better when someone does finally beat him.
Yeah, and that's not to say that the rest of the roster is not good. Nothing against the rest of the roster, but Chris Jericho is a household name.
Yeah. Like, even outside of wrestling, the dude's done a lot of shit.
Yeah, like even outside of wrestling, people know Chris Jericho. If you haven't watched wrestling in 20 years, you know Chris Jericho. If you don't really follow wrestling, but you kind of watch it off and on, you know Chris Jericho. If you watch wrestling when you were a kid, you know Chris Jericho. If you watch WCW, you know Chris Jericho. Like, he I think legitimizes this company.
Robot Wars. If you like Fozzy,
Yeah,
you already know who Chris Jericho is.
Yeah.
The man has been on mainstream TV to the point where he was on the cover of TV Guide. You know who Chris Jericho is. Even if you're not sure, once you see him, it's like, oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know who Chris Jericho is. So that's why he needs to be their first champion. And honestly and truthfully, the only reason, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, I don't speak for you, Matt. This is my opinion. The only reason Paige is in this match is I feel Cody and them realized that it would be too obvious if they put one of themselves in it. Because I could have seen this be a Kenny versus Jericho for the belt, or Cody versus Jericho for that belt. But it'd have been too obvious, and I think it would have soured fans because it was like, come on, your first title, and you're gonna try to put it on yourself.
Well, see, because that's
give it to Hangman, because again, he's not established. Like I said, he's still green.
Yeah, he still has a way to go. I don't think he's ready for that world championship yet.
Because
I think Kenny Omega, or I think Hangman Page. This is to coin the phrase from good old JR. This is one of those scenarios where, like pro wrestling is not a fairy tale, and the good guys don't always win, and I feel like this is one of those scenarios where Adam Page gets all the respect and all the admiration for making it this far and for wrestling at every show where Jericho's been taking it easy. But at the end of the day, you're stepping in the ring with God, and that's just it. Because when you're talking pro wrestling, Chris Jericho is a pro wrestling god, and that's who you're stepping. That's who you're stepping in the ring with. And I think to lose to someone like Chris Jericho, there's no shame in it. But I just don't think he's at that point where it's time for Hangman Page to go over. Like I said, I think Jericho's going to legitimize this company, and that's what you build to. You have Jericho win the title, and then eventually you build to Kenny Omega challenging him or Cody Rhodes challenging, and maybe Kenny Omega gets his match and he beats Chris Jericho and he takes the title off Chris Jericho, or Cody Rhodes is going to beat Jericho. It's I don't think it's right now. I don't think it's Hangman Page.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, I honestly feel if Marty Scurll went with if he'd came along, he'd be in this spot right now.
Yeah.
It'd be Marty versus fucking Jericho. Because I'm telling you, Hangman got this. He got this spot out of basically we all came in together as a little group. We're all gonna make each other look good, but we kind of have to pull the reins. Like we can't just automatically give it to ourselves. It's too obvious. That's you got to play it like Jeff Jarrett. You don't give yourself the belt the first day. You wait a while, then you take the belt, and then you become a fucking, then you have a reign of terror. So it's like, okay, Bucks are on the tag team scene, so they're out of the picture. They're gonna establish our tag team, so they're out. That means Cody and Kenny. It's too, like I said again, it's one of those. It's too obvious who's the odd man out. Hangman. Hangman is the least likely. What has he done? What title has he held? Like his Bullet Club run is a cup of coffee, because as soon as like he got in, he jumped straight onto the Elite, and then he wasn't really Bullet Club. He was just he was with the Elite. You feel me? So it's like, what has he really done outside of you happen to hang out with some dudes who are really hot right now? Everybody
I totally agree with you.
Rolled with is hot. Kenny hot, Bucks hot, Cody hot, Marty hot. You know what I'm saying? Look at Marty. Marty's out there winning titles wherever the fuck he went. He go to ROH, he get a belt. He go to New Japan, he get a belt. He went to that WCPW, get a belt. You know what I'm saying? Just out there winning titles, so we already know Marty can do his thing. What have you done, Hangman? Like I said, you good, you a big man, you athletic, you green.
Yeah.
You the first sacrifice in the annals of history of who Chris Jericho beat to be the first AEW champion. Answer: Hangman Page. We building you up. We got you out there doing all the matches to make get you out there, get your face out there. But shit, come off. You're gonna have to take that L. If I'm booking it, you taking this L. You get your chance later. In fact, it's even better. You lose, and now you chasing. Now you really chasing, because now you have a goal to obtain.
Yeah, like that's not to say like he doesn't deserve the title down the road or anything to that degree. Like I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying right now I don't think it's his time, and I don't think it's his spot to be the inaugural champion. To me, like the inaugural champion, it has to be someone who's a legitimate name. It has to be someone with some legitimate star power, and to me that's Chris Jericho.
Yeah, legit. Like I can see Chris Jericho on like a TV show like Tonight Show or some shit, and you believe it because it's Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the man has an IMDb page. You know, he's not just a wrestler. So it's like, yeah, he could do that type of shit. I believe it. But all in all, I think it's gonna be a good match. Like I said, Chris Jericho for his age right now, he's still doing pretty good. Like, I mean, he stays in shape for what he can stay in shape for. And he's got that like dad bod.
Yeah.
But he can still go. So should be a good match, and all should be a good show. And again, join us tomorrow night because we'll be watching either this or NXT UK Takeover. Join us tomorrow night. We'll be doing it live. But yeah, that is it for All Elite Wrestling's All Out. Should be a good pay-per-view. That's all I know.
And if we don't end up watching AEW and we end up watching Takeover, then we'll still keep you in full. We'll probably still touch on what's going on. We'll probably still talk about AEW, and we'll, even if we're not watching it, we'll touch on what's happening, I'm sure. So whatever we end up watching, you'll get a little bit of play from either way.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted. We won't leave y'all hanging out there. So
yeah.
So we here live. We talk about wrestling now. We here at Clickbait, this YouTube channel, we do plan on making some like other taped content coming soon. And I was coming up with some ideas, and I wanted to run them by you. And I was like, hey, you know what? We'll run it live anyway. It's all good in the streets. So I wanted to kind of do a reaction video of like certain things in wrestling or certain people in wrestling, and if they deserve to get shit on, they get shit on.
I see where you're going. I'd be down with something like that.
Just kind of have fun with it, look at some outrageous moments, comments, and just talk about shit. I think we do that. I think that'll be some good content for the channel. If you agree, you know, leave a comment down below whenever you watch this. Let us know. I mean, either way, whether you like it or not, I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm just kind of giving you a little, like, you know, peek into the future of what might be. So it's just, you know, keep that in mind. So, but anyway. What else we got going on in the world of professional wrestling?
Did you want to touch on? I know it's getting time for it's getting close to that time, but did you want to touch on the Takeover Cardiff card really quick? We only got 5 matches.
We can go over. Let me pull it up real quick. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. I know the main event is Tyler Bates taking on Walter, because I watched a little 20-minute piece they did on the YouTube channel, which was pretty sweet. So check that out. Where is fucking UK on this shit? No, I don't want to watch the networks. I just want to fucking. All right. Let's talk about it real quick. This is only a few matches that I see, so let's jump into NXT UK Takeover. Okay, we got a match. Noam Dar taking on Travis Banks.
I think that
me of Doug Williams, kind of looks like a baby Doug Williams.
Yeah, a little bit. I think Travis Banks is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. So Noam Dar is pretty good. I think this will be a good. I think this will be a good quality match.
Yeah, it should be good. I'm gonna go with Travis Banks on this one.
Yeah, me too.
All right, next we have for the NXT UK Tag Team Championships, we have the Grizzled Young Veterans, the champions of Zach Gibson and James Drake, taking on Mark Coffey and Wolfgang and Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews. Who you got?
I feel like Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster are gonna kind of get the big hometown rub. They're both from Cardiff, so I think it'll go to them.
You think they're going to take the Grizzled Young Veterans out?
Yeah, I think they will.
I mean, they've been champ now for a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I can also see Coffee and Wolfgang because I know they got a little click going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm gonna stick with the champs. I think they're gonna retain. They're gonna squeeze one out. Zach Gibson. He's crafty.
Oh yeah.
He's crafty. I've seen his work outside of NXT. The man's crafty. He's always been Liverpool's number one.
Yeah.
Always. All right, we have Dave Massive taking on another Coffee, Joe Coffey. In a last man standing match at that. Ooh, look at that.
I think it'll be Joe Coffey. I don't know. I like Dave Mastiff. He's the bastard. I like it, but I think the good guys can't all win, and it would be nice to see Joe Coffey kind of win and kind of establish that. Okay, like so they were building up Gallus like a top faction, and then Imperium comes along, and then people kind of Gallus becomes the number 2 faction.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was him, his brother, and Wolfgang. They had going.
Yeah, and there's still a group. They're still together, but it would be nice to see Joe Coffey kind of get the win and just kind of reassert that. Hey, like Gallus is still kind of a thing. Like Joe Coffey is still kind of a force to be reckoned with.
They can eventually kind of go babyface and take on Imperial.
Yeah, because to me, like I remember Joe Coffey when he was like the Iron Man. Like he would come out to "I am Iron Man," and he had like the Iron Man helmet, like the super babyface Joe Coffey. Like that's the Joe Coffey that I'm most familiar with.
I'm going with Coffee.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have for the NXT Women's Championship, we have the champion of Tony Storm taking on Kaylee Ray.
I would like to see Kaylee Ray take it.
Why do you think Tony's had the belt too long? I never liked how they took the belt off of Rhea Ripley so quickly, though. Because she really didn't have the title for that long.
No.
Like she took it, like she had it. She won the belt, had it for like literally a hot minute, and then just lost it to Toni Storm. Like she did not have the belt that long.
Again, yeah, like I like Toni Storm, but it's like people can't hold. People can't always hold the belt forever, right?
Yeah, eventually somebody else got to take it. And oh, speaking of Rhea Ripley, I don't know if you watched NXT this week, but Rhea Ripley showed up, got up in Shayna Baszler's face.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight. The Keith Lee Dominic Dijakovic match was good. But again, Keith Lee took another L, bro. Keith Lee take another L.
Yeah.
They got to do something, my boy. All right. Well, I'm picking. You know what? Just to be different, I would say I'm gonna take Kaylee B. I think they need to take the belt off.
Yeah, like I think it'd be nice to see. Be nice to see a fresh face, especially since I don't think Walter is going to lose the title.
I don't see that happening either.
It would be nice to see, like, okay, nice to see two new champs, you know?
Yeah.
Especially like the last NXT, or like, well, not the last NXT, but NXT Takeover Toronto. Like we saw no new champions.
Yeah. All right. And moving on, we have the main event for the WWE United Kingdom Championship. The champion Walter taking on the first inaugural champion, Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate being the first two-time UK champion, or going to continue to reign supreme with his with Imperium.
Yeah, I think Walter's going to retain.
Yeah, Walter's a fucking badass motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
And plus, like I said, Tyler, again, you were the first champion, but I don't see. I see a lot of other dudes getting that belt before you get that belt back.
Yeah.
Since this has officially become the NXT UK's belt, like they don't. This was supposed to be like on same par with the WWE title. At least I'm. That's what. Oh, what's going on, Kyle? In the chat, Matty D, what's going on? Damn, y'all show up just when we about to like get off in a minute. But we did talking about. Oh yeah, join us tomorrow night. We're gonna be streaming, watching NXT UK Takeover, or we're gonna be watching AEW's All Out. Well, join us tomorrow. We'll be doing live.
Again, it's you will
both. So
we'll be live tomorrow night, and we'll be doing something. So there you go.
Sure, I might just do both. I can do both. I'm gonna have the TV gonna have NXT and the computer have AEW on it.
I feel like I could possibly. Well, it's not an issue of one; it's an issue of the other. So there's one that we can definitely watch and we could definitely talk about. It's kind of the other one that's a little trickier. So,
well, put it like this: if I get it, you got it. So I'm gonna hit you. So
yeah, and like vice versa.
So, but anyway, join us tomorrow night because that's what we doing. So it's gonna pop off. Either way, that's popping off tomorrow night. So be here.
Yeah, you'll get a live stream from us either way tomorrow night. Let's just leave it at that.
But yeah, Walter's winning. I don't see Tyler Bates fucking getting the belt. It's going like I said, it's gonna be a good match. But Walter's gonna pull it off in the end. I might even call shenanigans from some of Walter's boys coming in. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a have a heel victory. He can cheat. Or he can just take him out clean. Either way, like I said, Walter's got that kind of he's got that kind of style that he can do it like that right now. So
yeah,
like he could win dirty, or he could just straight up squash you.
Yeah, he could do whatever he wants because he's like fucking 400 pounds and he's like a fucking force of nature.
But all in all, it should be a good match.
I again, I know we got to get out of here really quick. I want to pick your brain on something 1 minute before we log off. What do you think about the decision to move Pete Dunne from NXT UK to NXT? Like, do you think that's a mistake? Do you think that's going to hurt NXT UK?
Not really. I mean, unless they're gonna put the belt on him, then there better be a good reason why he's in NXT.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. I mean, unless you plan on putting a belt on him, then there's no reason for him. And like I don't see him getting the North American because they're gonna probably put it on Roddy to finish everything off. But unless he's going up against Adam Cole, baby, might as well keep him up in UK.
Yeah.
Run with fucking Mustache Mountain and do their British strong style. Because hey, man, have some faction wars out there. You got a bunch of groups, have them go at it, man.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Like I said, it depends. I don't know. I have a feeling Pete's there for more than just NXT. He might get that main roster call up.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. I was kind of thinking like, but supposedly like there's not going to be as much call ups anymore. Like, did you hear about that? Like, there's not like all any plans for guys to be called up has pretty much been scrapped. Because now they're like NXT's like you can't make the argument like NXT is now becoming the third brand.
It's always been the third brand.
It's always been in the eyes of the fans, but I think in the eyes of the company, I think they're waking up. So supposedly there's supposed to be a serious cease in call ups unless they're just going to shift guys around. Because they want star power for NXT. Like there's that big rumor floating around about Enzo and Cass in talks to come back. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. That shit ain't happening.
No, I don't think it is either.
That shit ain't going down.
But I mean, we'll see. I think this would be a good opportunity for a lot of guys. Like, there's a lot of guys that could stand to go back to NXT and just kind of be there. Like Sami Zayn, like he should go back to NXT.
Yeah, they ain't doing nothing with Sami.
Yeah, they don't got nothing for him on the main roster, and he was like, before Johnny Gargano, he was kind of like Mr. NXT.
Yeah.
So if I can put him back there, I don't know. There's a few guys that could go back, or there's a few guys that could even just take the downgrade. Like Shelton Benjamin, if I can put his ass on NXT.
For real. Definitely put Shelton Benjamin on there. All right, shit. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for the show. We got to get out of here. We got another show to do over there called Forgetting Friends Toy Show. Come join us over there at the Sanctuary. But as always, if you like what you see, smash that like. Make sure you subscribe and hit those notifications so you always stay informed of when we go live.
If
you'll join us tomorrow, if you please.
How many subscribers we got now?
Some wrestling live. So
how many subscribers do we got now?
I don't know. I don't really. I ain't sitting there trying to count numbers. I just.
All right, listen. If we get to 50 subscribers by next week, I'll do the show topless. So if you want, yeah.
And if you get us 100, have them put the shirt back on.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, unless you get us to 100 subscribers, next week you're gonna see all of this.
And with that being said, we will see you guys next week for another body slamming, elbow dropping, punch to the groin edition of Clickbait Wrestling. So until then, see you next week. And remember, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Remember to always kick out. Peace. We out of here, bitches.